So I've got 5,256 miles on the truck now, so I figure it's time for an update, and we are towing the camper.
Yep, here we go.
So I was telling Lynn and friends of ours that when I posted that video when I got this truck, I said people are gonna just bash me and just be so negative and
have so much hate
over the decision I made, but I was wrong.
Yeah, it seems
the comments were overwhelmingly positive. There was some hateful comments, just like there always is, because hey, it's YouTube.
Yeah.
There's always people that want to hate on you. Yeah, for the most part, everybody said I made a good decision.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't understand why some people get so passionate about the way I spend my money.
Well, it's the same with anything. They feel that their decision or their choices are the best, in which they are for them.
Right, and this was the best decision for me.
Yeah.
So, I was wrong. Simple as that, I was wrong.
Yeah.
I was really surprised.
I was really surprised too. Very surprised. I mean, overall, most people just wanted you to be happy with whatever vehicle you had. Whether that be a gas or a diesel. We weren't hating on diesel engines. We were just upset with the emissions and the unreliability. So,
right. And
there's nothing saying we wouldn't go back eventually.
And that's what I said in the initial video, I believe. I said that until they can square away the problems with all the emissions, I'm just going to own a gas truck. And it's treated me just fine.
No snow on the ground today, but it is pretty windy out.
I figured today would be a good day to do the towing test because it's 24 mile per hour winds, so we'll see how stable it is.
Yeah.
So far, overall, I am happy with the truck. It doesn't have the torque of a diesel, but I traded torque for reliability. Right now we're almost at 4,000 RPMs, getting up to 55 miles per hour.
Yeah, we are getting used to that though.
I can definitely feel the wind more. That's a definite.
I mean, but it is very windy out today. It was gusting at over 47 miles per hour.
So far, steering with one hand. I'm not white knuckle.
I don't think I've ever seen you be white knuckled.
No, I don't think so.
Ever.
So there's two things that I really don't hate, but I don't like about the truck. I don't like the placement of the brake and gas pedals because I have big dump feet. And then the hitch. While it's a very stout hitch, the chain hooks are just an absolutely terrible design. And the hooks really didn't fit, so I went to Tractor Supply and got 2 3/4 inch clevises. And I put those to the chain hooks, and then the chain's hooked to those. But that's not an uncommon thing. I've actually read a lot about that on the different forums and stuff. But so far, even with the wind, I mean, I don't know, right now it's not a problem.
Yeah, I don't feel like scared or anything like that.
But we are going to get on some 4-lane highway at 65 miles per hour, see how the wind affects it, and hopefully I can pass or get passed by a semi-truck this time, because last time it didn't happen.
Yeah, it should be pretty windy going across the bridge.
Yeah. No fear.
Yeah.
Go, baby, go.
I think it's a crosswind right now, so it's going to be pretty windy going across the bridge.
Yeah, I can definitely feel the wind now.
The wind's cutting across right now.
Well, we are getting on to State Route 2, which is 65 mile per hour 4-lane. And we can definitely feel the wind in this truck versus the dually.
Yeah, the dually was more stable, but I think that's more because it was a dually.
Yeah, I mean, just makes sense.
Yeah.
You got more rubber on the road.
Right. And we're gonna go over the Sandusky Bay Bridge. Thomas Edison Bridge, I believe is its technical
Yeah,
name.
Edison Bridge. Definitely taking its time getting up to speed, but it's just something I've gotten used to.
Right. It's not like it was a surprise going from a diesel to a gasser. You know that's going to happen. We're not surprised.
Right, and there was a couple different comments in the first video where people were saying, stop trying to sell yourself on that Chevy. I'm not. I know what I'm losing by going to this truck.
And you were fine with it.
Yeah, and I'm still fine with it. When we go somewhere with the trailer, I don't care if it takes a little bit longer to get there. Why would I even be in a hurry?
He's never in a hurry, trust me.
Especially when I'm towing, I'm never in a hurry.
No.
Well, it's really windy.
Yeah, the bay looks like chocolate milk right now. Pretty big waves, I'd say 3 to 5 feet.
I can feel the wind, but it's not slowing me down any. I'm doing 65, doing the speed limit. The truck doesn't want to shift up either.
No, it doesn't.
It's up over $3,000.
Just riding it. But
It's
doing it.
It's just what it is. It's not a big deal.
No.
I thought it would be, and it's not.
It's actually doing better than I thought it would.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm surprised. It's no diesel dually, but I am really surprised at how well it's doing in this wind.
Yeah, given the circumstances of the huge crosswinds.
The ride is definitely better when we hit bumps.
Yeah.
Definitely better.
But that's kind of a given as well. You know, with a one-ton dually, it is going to be more stout.
Yeah, and I've always, personally, I thought that Chevys just always rode a lot better for a truck.
Yeah.
And speaking of comparing trucks, a lot of people were asking me, why didn't you get the Ford? Why didn't you get Ford? There's a lot of that came up.
Yeah.
To be honest, there was a Ford dealer and a Chevy dealer right across the street from each other. I looked at the Fords, and I don't know, I wasn't really impressed with the exterior or interior looks of them. Went across the street to the Chevy side, and I saw this truck sitting there. I was like, that's my truck.
Yeah, this truck does look really, really good.
And I sat in it, and I really liked the interior of it. I know that Ford has higher horsepower, higher torque. I know, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I just don't care.
You're never going to notice it anyway.
Right. I looked at the payload capacity of the trucks. Yes, Ford was higher. And I looked at tow capacity, and Ford was higher. But for what we have and what we're most likely going to get, falls right into the comfort zone for this truck on payload and towing capacity. So I don't see where the problem lies.
Yeah, it's basically personal preference.
Right. I've owned a Ford in the past. I'm not opposed to buying a Ford. Ford makes great trucks.
Yeah.
But this time around, I went Chevy.
Yeah, I mean, I think what people need to understand is that we've owned them all. And, I mean, I had a F-150, and I've had a Ram 2500 diesel, and I've had a 01 Chevy Duramax diesel truck. Those were my trucks. And Mike's had a handful of himself, so, I mean, we've had them all.
So just a side note, I got the cruise set at 70 miles per hour, steering with one hand, lightly on the wheel. Yeah, I had a 97 Chevy with a 6.5 diesel in it. That was junk.
It's a dog, but it's a 90s.
And then I got a 2002 F350 with a 7.3 in it. Great truck, the engine was an absolute dog. And then I got a 2005 Ram 3500 dually with 5.9 in it. That was great. I got, well, the engine was great. The transmission sucked. It was just a 4-speed, and it sucked. Then I had a 2012 regular cab 2-wheel drive dually. The 6.7 Cummins in it. And that was a really good truck, but you need a backseat for the dogs.
Right, so that's why, otherwise we'd still have that truck probably.
Right, that's why I went to the 2016 crew cab Ram. 3500 dually with 6.7 in it. The engine in that truck was phenomenal, but the emissions, just one problem after another. And I had transmission problem with that truck, DEF problems, EGR problems.
Yeah, was it ball bearing?
No.
In the tires or?
Oh, the ball joints.
Yeah, the ball joints, yeah.
The ball joints on the passenger side were shot at 37,000 miles on it. And somebody in the comments on the first video said, well, if Chevy's junk, it's going to blow up in 2,000 miles. Sorry to burst your bubble, but I'm at 5,267. It hasn't blown up yet.
I mean, at that point you can tell it's just people who don't like said brand for whatever their reasons are. I don't get it. Truck's a truck. They all have good things and they all have bad things.
I think what it boils down to is, would I make this trade deal again, given the same circumstances? Absolutely, I would. I know I need to get a lot more towing on this truck to really get a handle on how it does. We haven't pulled any mountains or anything because we don't live in that type of area.
Yeah.
But for what I've done with it, it's been good. Fuel economy, run around empty, has been hovering right around 12.7. That's a little disappointing. But the last tank that I filled up, it was 202 a gallon, while diesel was sitting at 309 a gallon.
Yeah, so
The diesel will get better fuel economy, but diesel's also more expensive.
it's almost like a wash at that point, or a slight.
Yeah, because if you figure the diesel option was another $9,000 roughly, how much fuel would I have to go through to make up that $9,000?
Yeah.
So now we're on the flip side, going the opposite direction, same road, and it's just more of the same.
Pretty exciting.
My fuel economy hasn't dropped yet. Towing wise, I'm not sure. I haven't done much towing with this truck.
Yeah.
But I would assume I'll probably be around 9 or 10 miles per gallon.
Hopefully next weekend we'll do some more towing.
Yeah, hopefully next weekend we'll be making a trip down to Columbus. It's about 2.5 hours each way. So we'll see.
It'll be our first trip of the season.
And we'll see how it does. But still steering with one hand, just kind of compensating a little bit for the wind. Remember, our travel trailer is 37 feet long. It is a sail.
Right, and it sits pretty high up for a travel trailer like they do.
Yeah, Mike and Heidi at RV Daydream, they've talked about that, about how all the new travel trailers sit so high. And I mean, they do. Some of them look ridiculous, but I guess it's for the slides, because when the slide comes in, it goes over the axles. So just raise up the body, so it makes it over the wheel wells. In my rear view mirror, I see a semi coming up in the left lane. So
He's getting excited.
yeah, getting excited. Hopefully he'll blow us around on the road so you can see what it feels like. I am going 65 miles per hour.
In a 70.
In a 70 zone.
You can feel the wind more on this side, it seems like.
Right, I think now we're going into the wind, where before it was to our back, because I'm looking at all the weeds and stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
Come on, big truck. Here we go. Semi-truck, yeah! Let's see what happens.
Was expecting a little bit more eventfulness.
Yeah, sorry, that was boring.
Nothing happened. Yeah, there was no bow wave to be felt, really, at least for me.
I didn't feel anything out of the current windy situation.
And maybe it would be different if it wasn't so windy. Maybe we would have felt it a little bit more, or in a different way. But right, it just felt like the same.
Yeah, I felt no change. I just felt the wind blowing us around before, during, and after.
Same.
Well, to close out this video, I had somebody ask me a question about how I like to set up my mirrors when I tow. So I'll just give you a real quick view of what I see when I look in my mirror. So you can see in the top mirror, I like to just see the nose of the trailer, maybe about an inch down the side of the inside of the mirror. And then the convex mirror, I like to be able to see the nose of the camper about the same, and then as far out as I can see. And I do this on both sides. Let's try. So from my view, just barely see the nose of the trailer, and then as far out to the right as I can see. And same thing down here for the convex. You can barely see the nose of the trailer, and then as far out as I can see. Now, that's just how I do it. That's how I like it. Other people may like it a different way. So anyways, thanks for watching, and stay tuned because we might have some changes coming, but I'm not sure. I don't know. It's all up in the air right now. See ya.